Right, folks, we're back again at the Navigation Inn at Barrow on Soar, and this is BVM Talks The Championship. But, as you've probably worked out, there's not a lot of Championship to be talking about. So, I've got back with me my old midfield partners here. Look, they're all ready to go. So we've got Ped, Mike, Jono. Right, I do know the names. I just want to
check
say
it. Check your names.
You need name tags for next time.
Yeah, big barrier things up behind you. So. Obviously, we're not going to talk about the Championship because there's more important things happening in the world than football. But as this is BVM Talks The Championship, we're going to carry on because that's the good old British spirit, in it, Ped? We carry on, we battle through.
Apparently, that seems to be the approach.
That's the approach that Boris has taken.
Take it on the chin.
Boris has took it on his chin to just carry on as normal and bugger it all. It's been announced today that the Premier League, the Football League, Women's Super League, Women's Championship have all been suspended till April the 3rd at the earliest, folks. So me and my dad are all right because we got tickets for the Crystal Palace game on the 11th. But also, international games have gone, and it's not just football, but golf has gone, motor racing, cricket, and other sports have been affected by this. Clubs have been announcing that, Arsenal's announced that Arteta, he's got it. Callum Hudson-Odoi, is that it? At Chelsea, he's got it. Leicester have got 3 players. Your chairman,
Marinakis.
He's knackered it, isn't he?
He was the first.
He's the one who's brought it all over here. And Bournemouth have also got 5 employees, including the keeper, that are self-isolating. No doubt other clubs will be getting this as we're talking about this. Lads, is this the right thing to do to suspend the season?
Stop it now.
Yeah.
Suspend. Yeah. I think now.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable, the issue we're going to presume talk about is, and then what? Will it blow over? I'm doubtful. And can we just pick up in April and?
I don't think
finish
playing behind closed doors was the right thing, because you look at it. Playing behind closed doors is used as a punishment to some teams around. It loses all. We shouldn't be punished. This isn't a punishment. This is precautionary. This is funny enough, safety.
Yeah, I was coming home last night and Radio Leicester on, and they had the boot room, and Birchin was down, and Birchin was going, when Leicester played behind closed doors again. I think they played Burton, didn't they? Baseball ground, because we had a massive riot, didn't we?
Didn't they?
And
did you go to that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
They threw something at the keeper, didn't they?
They threw. They threw something and everything, didn't they? I think what they could get their hands on, they threw at him. Not. I don't think Leicester's proudest moment. Anyway, they had to have a replay, didn't they? And Birchin was saying, they should never play football behind closed doors again. That is recording, yeah. And. But like you've just said, it was a punishment.
Yeah.
This isn't a punishment.
This is precautionary. Safety first. So I don't think that, for me, the simplest, would be move the Euros back 12 months, because we haven't got anything on next year. And we play this out later in the summer once we know where we're at, so June, July. A shorter break between the start of next season, and then maybe we lose the League Cup to reduce the games, because we've got, rather than having everyone play, and we pick up where we are. And
I think that would the fairest thing would be at the end of the day to play it out the season.
So with the fans involved, because we've all paid money. Me and Ped there, we're season ticket holders, so we know we've got games outstanding on ours.
I'd take
next year.
I'd take the season finishing now. I think that's the most.
You're not going to go down, are
you?
Derby aren't going to go down.
Last time, but I think
finishing now and what? And be void.
Avoid.
Well, that was the last time. Last time this happened was just before World War II, and it was Blackpool were top.
Right.
And then
what did they do?
They gave him a silver plate. They gave him a little commemorative plate to say, "Well done, thank you for attending."
Yeah. Well, maybe a silver plate for those in the top 2 that they can put in the trophy cabinet, and we start again next season.
Anybody who has not seen this, Mike has got the badge on of a Leeds fan, so he's just holding himself back from hitting Pedro over the head with his hat.
Because there's an irony in there, and in the Premiership as well, Liverpool will be. They've been waiting longer than Leeds to win the league. But if Liverpool were awarded the league,
they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
Why not?
Well, because they haven't played. The league is about playing.
They haven't mathematically won it.
No.
It's like if a game gets stopped and it's 1-0. So it doesn't finish 1-0, does it? We have through weather.
But again, it's exceptional circumstances, isn't it? So just as an interesting thing, because I read it, I didn't think about this myself, but I read it this morning of what the Bundesliga are thinking of doing, which what they're thinking of doing is calling a halt now to this season and saying that the positions will stand, and they only said what they were thinking of doing between the first Bundesliga and the Premiership and Championship equivalents, that whoever's at top of the Bundesliga, they're the champions. No relegation, and put the top 2 teams in the and the European places are as
extending
is.
the league size.
So following season, extend the league by 2 teams.
So you're saying what you're saying is the Championship would be 2 less.
So the Premiership would be 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, and next season.
What's the logic of that then?
Next season.
There's only one logic, and it's that there. It's that little badge there.
The logic is there's 9 games to go. There's 9 games to go. 9 games to go. You know, it's the rugby league season has just started. Leeds Rhinos aren't playing tomorrow because of coronavirus in the camps.
Wales are playing tomorrow, aren't they?
I'm talking about proper rugby, right? So
we don't live on the M62, do we?
So the Rhinos aren't playing, but at the moment the season's continuing. But if they were to pull the plug and say we're not playing, the season's.
How many games have they played in rugby league
6
at the
games.
moment?
It's a summer.
So in theory,
in theory, you could void that and say the season's not started.
But what's the difference?
The difference is that those teams, top and bottom of the league, have put in all of that for more than 3/4 of the season, and to say, oh, never mind, we'll do it again next year. I think I like the Bundesliga idea.
Public health reasons, though.
Stopping it, but so put the.
How many games would be legitimate? Do you think then?
Doesn't. I think that what I was saying, 9 from the finish is legitimate enough to say.
I think Derby
you go up.
Are being hard done to. The run we're on and the form that we picked up.
If you look,
I think we're hard done by, but we could also say let's call the playoffs head to head. So then teams in the top 6.
Yeah.
It's their head-to-head against the top 6 teams. That way we go up. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
If you want to use that logic.
I think.
Anyway,
any teams that have not lost to the top 2, one of the top 2 should go.
Haven't you got
into
a point
the
deduction
playoffs.
coming?
No, any team. That's who should go into the playoffs.
So the point deduction you're getting will freeze till
next season. Have you
next
lost to the top 2 at all? Have you lost to West Brom this season?
No.
That's what you've been. Have you lost to Leeds or West Brom?
Not to Leeds.
Have you lost to West Brom though?
No,
unlucky.
The thing is,
we haven't.
That's a clutching at straws argument.
Yeah,
whereas I think there is some logic.
I don't think Wigan have lost to the top 2 either, have they? Possibly not.
This certainly not the last couple of weeks, but I think anyway. I think
whatever, it's going to be unsatisfactory.
Yeah, but no one's going to be happy. No one's going to. So I think playing it out is.
But where the Bundesliga I think has some, because I think the real issue, and I will be pissed off if Leeds don't. If they call the season off, but the real issue is to relegate teams without playing out the season.
The implication of that can be.
No, I was going to say this is the problem.
The promotion though, if you haven't. Some of your toughest games still to come.
I don't think so.
Well, go back to what we were initially going to talk about Charlton today. I know that when you said that list. Just referring to them, I was watching an interview with Lee Bowyer yesterday, before all this came about, and he was saying that they've only got financially, they can only keep running until December. Yeah. That's it. There's no more money after December, and that's if they've got to stay in the Championship for that to happen. If they go down, it'll finish before. You've got players.
So what happens now then?
I don't know, and that's the genuine risk and worry. Is there going to be another Bury situation?
This is the problem, though, isn't it? People are just saying, right, well, finish the season now, do this, do that. It's only football. Yes, it is only football, but it's deeper than football because Stoke have lost. When they went down, they've apparently in that area they've lost £100 million. So that's businesses where they print the programmes, hot dog sellers, scarf sellers, buses going to away games because obviously they're not filling and not taking as many fans. It's not
the people who work in the
it's not just football. It's people's lives, and I think that we've got to think deeper than just finishing it. You've got to try and play the season too.
And that's what I mean, because by playing those games, whether it be delayed 2 months, they're still going to get that. We're still going to get that revenue. We're still going to have that support.
Yeah. I would prefer that, to what that Bundesliga approach. I would prefer you play it out, and if you have to play it out in July and August and start next season in December, then
so the Euros are going to
they've got to wait there. They've got to cancel.
We can't travel around all of Europe. There's bans on travelling from Blimmin here to Leicester at the moment, so we can't get from that. The Euros surely no.
All right.
Using this hypothetical, trying to be clever, but
Failed.
Yeah. So, but we can't travel around Europe if we're going to do that.
No.
So for me, that's an easy fix. You put a stop on that, and you finish our home leagues.
Yeah, I think so, and I think we will get through this eventually, and eventually, whenever eventually is.
6 weeks, they're still saying, before we even hit the peak of it in this country.
So
it's another 3 months into it, at least.
Yeah.
And I think you have to finish, but the FA and the Premier League and what have you will have to make that decision as to whether they finish the league, whether they void it, just to please the Derby fans, or whether they do the right thing and just say Leeds are up.
What do you think though? Say right, the FA do say, right, that's it. Whoever's where you finish now, that's it. Right.
See, so the point I was going to make is, if you relegate a team, so Charlton as a case in point, Charlton could go down, Charlton could stay up. If you don't have any relegation, then you're not going to get sued by the teams who are going to say,
this is the thing, isn't it?
We've gone down, but if we'd have just played one more game, it's a point on Monday.
I'm not even saying about three, smaller teams. I'm thinking of teams like Manchester United, because let's face it, they've had a bit of a run at the moment. They're fifth in the league. They're catching Chelsea. Chelsea can quite easily slip up.
Big payday if they go for the Champions League.
If they lose all that revenue from not getting European football next year, the Glazers will be there and they'll be suing them and everything. And is the FA in a position to take on that kind of court case?
That's
So
their
it
big
won't
issue.
just be this league. I mean, you've got to think it's going to happen in every sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to cross the world.
And you actually think that with some of those, well, again, would UEFA say this is what's going to happen in your local leagues, or would they hand that over to the
UEFA can't even sort out the fair play thing, can they?
Well, I'm not, but again, because there's European, because there's European qualification implications. If you were to say in Germany, well, we'll call a halt now.
Yeah.
You 4 teams have qualified, whatever, and in England we're saying, oh, well, we're playing it right the way through. Then would UEFA say, well, you've legitimately qualified because you've finished your season. You lot.
The MLS have made a statement and said that they've only a couple of games into their season, but they've already said however long it's suspended, we'll play it out afterwards. So they've already made that decision of the MLS. So it doesn't take much of a decision from the league, the heads of the league, to make that decision. Surely, it's just about when, and they don't know when they're going to restart it. They've just said whatever games are, it'll just roll back and it'll impact.
Yeah.
I don't know really.
No,
I'm almost convinced that it should be just where we are now, and finish it like that.
Yeah. But you're in a middle position of the table.
No, but I think I'm almost convinced that is a legitimate argument.
So as long as the airport doesn't carry up.
No. I started from the genuine position of it should be voided, but you've made your case well, and I'm almost
thinking about it.
So you still start next season minus 12, yeah?
No, we'll take that point deduction now.
So that was it. It's got nothing to do with this terrible disease that's spread in the world. You're just worried about Derby losing 12 points.
You're taking now once you're safe and sound.
They'll only lose 3 or 4.
Oh right, so
wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So really then,
Not that we've done anything wrong anyway.
No,
I
think probably they ought to sue the Chinese government for this.
What, the Chinese government?
No, it's come from China, hasn't it?
Did you see? I don't know if you've seen the thing pictured in around the Chinese in. I'm not sure if it's around this area or not. The little boy carrying them boxes of Chinese takeaway and Corona boxes, handing them out to customers.
Unbelievable.
If you can't smile.
So basically then, we've just covered everything that I'd got wrote down. It's took me absolutely ages to write this down. And we've just gone through it in 15 minutes less.
It's a panel of experts. That's
well, that's it, isn't it? It is. I think it's such a. Would you play games behind closed doors?
Right, I think that's punishment.
I think if you had to, if it meant finishing the league, I think if you had to, I don't know if you ever watch over under 23s. I mean, there's always, but there's a lot of competitive games where they're not quite behind closed doors, but you're talking.
Would you have a limited crowd? Say
yes,
500 in that stand, 500.
How do you pick that slot 500? How do you select who 500?
Well, I suppose it's like when you go to an FA Cup final.
But you've got season ticket holders, and everyone you've got 20 odd thousand of ours.
When PSG played behind closed doors. Didn't a load of PSG fans?
Yeah, there were still
thousands.
thousands.
Yeah, still
Thousands outside, and you can't
prevent police the streets, can you?
No.
Like that. So for me, and that's a punishment. And again, it goes back to what you're saying financially, because the revenue that comes from those fans going into the ground, buying beers, buying hot dogs, buying sausage rolls or whatever, the clubs need that. So playing behind closed doors is a benefit.
The people selling that
on the build-up, the programmes. So for me, I don't think that's an option. I think that is a punishment rather than an option.
Would people take it as not as a punishment, but as a we understand what's happening. Let's get the season done.
Let's just say they did that. Finish where you are. Coronavirus. Finish where you are, and they've agreed with the Bundesliga thing that it's tough. But they've actually said, we'll also do the playoffs. But the playoffs have got to be behind closed doors. So that's. And that's.
Do you know what? It's a bit of a mixed bag because
5 games or whatever it will be.
No, because you're trying to tell me we're going to go to Wembley and play an empty stadium Wembley. It's a pointless exercise again. And we're one of the only teams. I think there's 9 or so teams that haven't played at the new Wembley in the '92, and we're one of them.
Well, I suppose.
And I want to actually go. I want to experience as
I suppose you don't need to go to Wembley. You can play Jim Corn's ground.
Well, that was my next point. It doesn't matter where you play it, does it?
Yeah.
So there's no home advantage. There's no away advantage. There's no home advantage. You're just playing on a pitch.
Football exists
for fans.
For the fans, but this isn't a fan.
But if you were looking to reset the next season and saying,
we'll play through. Would you have a problem?
I'm not arguing against playing through.
Would you have a problem?
I'm just saying that
if we played it in the summer, played it out, and we've got through this, then you finish this season one weekend. You have a 2-week break, and then you start the next season. So it's almost like take away the Charity Shield, take away League Cup early rounds, all the preliminary stuff, and then we're just straight into the next league, because obviously, and then maybe give us a bit of an extended winter break.
Well, they're saying that obviously the teams aren't playing at the moment. So how are these players going to stay fit? Because even if it is just a 3-week break, they're not going to be fit enough.
It's not just fitness.
Yeah.
You look at some of these who are out of contract. Come June. Some of these players aren't going to be playing. So if we're not starting a league again until June, where does that leave players, managers who are out of contract? Transfer window. Could we go? I tell you what, we get a month to play those 9 games. Tell you what we're going to do. Transfer window's open. We're going to go balls deep and get the best players we can for 1 month on loan from a Premier League club to give it a real good push beforehand, and it make or break whether or not we can have them or not, because that's the end of that season.
But
there's all those rules need to be looked at.
So that I'm not just say I agree with your idea. Play it out. I think that's what we should do. But what you've just said there is a good argument as to say that they need to have a contingency that says we can't play it out, because actually in June contracts are up and this, that, and the other, and and it becomes non-viable to do that, and then you have to make that decision either to void the season or to do something like the Bundesliga or whatever, and then so go back to my question. If they're saying for all those reasons we can't play it out, we've got to finish at this date, and we've decided that we are going to have playoffs, but those playoffs are behind closed doors. Well, you can
I won't be happy about it, but there's nothing I can do to stop it, is there? If that's what the decision's made, I just don't think it's a punishment. And it's do you see the players getting up? Because sometimes the fans are the 12th man. They are that extra person.
Delia's been there, isn't she?
Exactly.
Delia's been the 12th person.
But you feel the atmosphere in the ground sometimes, and it's great, and you can feel the players getting behind it and stuff.
That's what it's about.
And exactly that. So,
I just wanted to make the point about playing. Now, far be it for me to question the government's advice and the decisions they've taken, but to say the reason that having it behind closed doors wouldn't be any good, because people would just go to the pub and watch the game, whereas they're better off being out in in a stadium.
Televising.
I don't know what they're basing the science on, but. People don't go to the pub before they go to a match,
we've got to keep all businesses floating. It's things like that, not going to the pub. Again, we're going back to putting people out of business. Revenue, income, people
it's a massive thing. Pubs around the country.
It's local businesses.
It's a dominant.
As I am. It's a domino effect.
It's the reason you drink it.
For the community. It's
a domino effect that's going to happen. So look, I think common sense needs to prevail at the end of the day, and it's just about being. Using common sense.
But for me, the voiding the season doesn't feel like common sense to me. It feels like another punishment. The Football League getting at Leeds United again. That's what
It's
it would
all
be.
about you.
It is all about me.
You just need a Scouser here, and you tell you what. Could you imagine it if him and a Scouser?
Could you imagine how they would the meltdown they would have between?
Do you think also, when this is all done and done, we've been talking about revenue for clubs, smaller clubs who are struggling, so the ones that are at the bottom end of the food chain as such. Do you think the FA and the Premier League clubs should come in and say, right,
Yes.
here Oxford is £50,000?
I think the Premier League. There's so much money in it. It's an obscene amount of money in the Premier League, and
well, that's why you
which we want some of it next season. Yeah, but they have the money. I mean, it's like killing the golden goose, isn't it? Or the goose that laid the golden egg. Like that. That if Sky don't keep Oxford United and these teams afloat during this period, then the competition that everybody pays all this money to watch through their Sky boxes, it can.
Well, you said yourself, Charlton, didn't you?
Yeah, they've only got enough money. Even if they survive this season, they've only got enough money to physically. So they're obviously putting the revenue that's going to come from the start of next season to physically pay wages until December.
Yeah.
So if you're out of contract at Charlton, you're not going to sign on to stay there, or you're not going to want to stay there. Also, if you've got a contract there, you're going to think, Christ, I went out in the summer.
The money,
Presumably that's based on having 5 matches as well, home matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
and if you haven't got that, then
exactly.
And the wages they pay in the Premier League, that a week's wages for some of these players will keep Charlton afloat for a season.
Yeah, no, agree. And look, Villa have already come out, and fair play to them. They're not playing Watford. Is it Watford or Chelsea tomorrow? I'm not sure. But this weekend, and they've already started prepping the food. They've taken 850 meals down to homeless shelters in Birmingham, providing all the food, and they're just giving away, which is fantastic. And they're doing the bit for their local area and everything, which is great. And look, more teams need to think proactively like that, especially as you say, the ones in the top league which can afford to do that.
Or the league. It's the league itself, because it's the league that generates the money, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just thinking of players. I mean, you talk about players' contracts. It is the tea woman. It is the kit man. It is the physio. It's the ball boys who do everything, who get paid, and the programs and everything.
Look at the impact of Bolton and Barrow last year.
It's so much deeper than just talking about high, overrated, overpaid footballers. It's so much deeper. Yeah, it is. So, well, I'll just go through my notes again. I don't think we've got anything there that we need to add, because I think we've totally covered it, haven't we? It's just like an episode of Talk Sport.
The budget, and a pint,
So this is it, and really, folks, what do we do? I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting to read your comments. The comments that at the bottom of the video, Pedro, you love going through them and the video, don't you?
And James,
interesting to see,
You like to see the comments on your fashion, don't you? You're wrapped up well, mate. Are you healthy? Are you feeling all right?
Got a new hat. Yeah. Signature look, man. Signature look. Bought a new hat, especially.
Right.
That's new.
Yeah.
Really?
Brilliant.
It was a gift. Thank you.
So what we'll do, folks, is when this is all sorted itself out, we might do one in between the games not being played, see how the situation's going. We might get together again and have another chat about it, see if we can put it right.
Of course, the next game due is an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah, and we can talk about the fact you're trying to charge £37 a ticket to get into your shit up.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Well, and we had that conversation, and you were slated Chef Wednesday.
Yeah. And I think I did say Derby on.
But I didn't pay £37 last year to go to your place.
Did you not?
No.
Blackburn were charging the same for Leeds for the Friday night televised game. 7,400 tickets
sold in 30 minutes.
Sold in 30 minutes.
That brings a mockery to it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is wrong. Yeah, it is wrong.
So what we'll do, we'll save that and do a special one. In fact, we might do a BVM Talks The Championship when we're on about the wages thing you put out on our WhatsApp group.
The financial fair play.
The cap. Wage cap.
Oh, yeah.
We might have a bit of a chat of that.
Forest, I mean, I don't genuinely understand how Forest have lost 40 million in the last 2 seasons and are not subject to...
It's over 3 seasons. We've not lost. It's the balancing book, isn't it? So
operationally,
You and Mad Mel should know all about this.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, folks. We're going to save that because this could get quite heated and entertainment. Thank you for watching this again. The next time we do this, we'll talk a bit more about the Championship, and well, that's about it, really. All right, folks, say bye.
Stay healthy.